Council members have a chance to look over the minutes, and so to hear a motion, we approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes approved. Zach, you're solo today.
So we have two for you tonight, two public hearings. First one is a rezoning. This is in Mr. Busby District, Council District 4, Queen City Avenue. This is 625.3 acres. They're going from R4 to R3, so they're actually down zoning their property. Ms. Fitz had purchased this property along with the Griffith family, who is in Audubon, that is adjacent to this property. And there's a historic home on the property called the Foster House, known as the Foster House. They purchased this whole property. They're wanting to rezone it to match what Audubon and what the southern portion of 7th Street is, which is R3, just to kind of protect the neighborhood further because it is a historic district. That's the existing house, pretty house on the property. So I'm just kind of cleared that up for you. Less dense zoning for better protection of the historical neighborhood. It does conform to framework, and Planning Commission did unanimously recommend to approve it.
Very glad to see it. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And then the second one that we have is a planned unit development. This one will be, you guys have heard this one before, but it's a little bit different. So this is Hill House Condominiums. This is Andy Turner's project over in North River Yacht Club. They're going from 32, so this has already been approved through you guys, but that was expired and they've actually adjusted it a little bit. So it was 32 residential units, now it's going to be 18. They're going to keep the outdoor amenity space that they've already talked about, so nothing really is changing other than the amount of units.
Can you
yes,
back
sir.
that map up 1 second, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and talk for a second.
Yeah, so this is the North River Yacht Club. That's that big open area. The pool is just kind of south of that little slough, and they've been doing some updates to this already as part of this project. Obviously, they've really updated the boat slips, and then they've kind of renovated that restaurant, and they've built a little marina store, and they're going to provide gas for this area as well, for the public.
So Norman, this is not the, so here's the captain's cabin,
That's where those condos.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, and that was not involved in the incentive at all, right?
No,
No,
this is
that was
different.
The
That
hotel,
predated that.
the hotel was the incentive. It's where the old
Okay.
museum used to be, and that whole surrounding areas. The good thing about this, I want to see the renderings, but my understanding is one of the biggest issues, the boat slips, we kind of worked through that, remember, but one of the biggest issues was, I think this is going to take a floor off of this building from the imposing. People were worried about that. That's going to help set that back and take off with the 16, I think it's 34, wasn't it?
32 or 34,
34,
yeah.
I think it's 34 because
Okay.
they were selling 32. I think there were two other ones.
Got it.
I think there were 34. So you're down 16 units.
Yeah, about
But this
half.
project and all this stuff's moving along pretty well. I think it's going to be really, really nice. For
So are the
district.
units gonna be bigger units?
They
Yes.
are, yeah.
They
So
are.
it's
Yes.
combining a couple of units.
That's right.
Yeah, so here are the renderings. A little bit, honestly, a little bit more detailed than the last ones. You can see the amenities there. There's going to be a parking area that I'll discuss a little bit in the site plan, but should be overall a really nice project. So here is just the overall site plan. You can see like the dark gray is really the building area, and then that kind of circle area is where the parking deck is going to be. So it's going to be a few different levels, but then you drive directly on top of it as well, which will kind of be, because obviously there's a pretty significant slope there going down to the lake. And then some elevations.
Zach, have they talked about starting construction? I mean, I know they've got to have this approved before they can do it, but are they kind of ready?
I think they're ready to go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they've already submitted their LDP for review for this
Have they
project.
told you how many condos they've already sold?
I'm not sure, but Mr. Turner will be here tonight. It actually does not conform to framework. The reason being is we identified this as open space because it was primarily open space initially, but the use and everything, all the details that y'all have heard many times. It really fits the area, I believe, as it's been vetted through the system so far. And then Planning Commission did unanimously vote to recommend approval for this as well. Yeah, so those are the two that I've got for you tonight.
Okay. Any questions for Zach? Thank you. Mayor Maddox.
I don't have anything for you today.
Okay.
2 weeks in a row.
I'll see you less this month.
But who's counting, right? All right. Okay, Portia, you're up, our call center manager. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. So 311 has come out swinging this year. We have been undergoing some training since about the middle of January, and we just completed it as of January 31st. 311 is now a certified 311 call center. In order to achieve this certification, every single call center representative, including myself, had to become certified. So we each had to do some exercises, we had to take several quizzes, we had to submit some work, and on those quizzes and the submitted work that we had to turn in, we all received a perfect score on that. So
Perfect.
we are certified, and we are the first certified 311 in the state of Alabama. So
Congratulations.
thank you, thank you, thank you. I just wanted to make sure that I loved on my team a little bit. You know, I'm really good for that, but I wanted to, even though I've already done it, I wanted to take a moment to say thank you to LaToya, Jennifer, Michelle, Wilbur, Taja, and Katie for their hard work, and also to Dr. Rush for his support for us to get this done.
Are
So
you full staff?
yes, sir, we are.
Right.
So
I've actually gotten compliments. I know y'all hear more complaints because people, you just hear that, but I've gotten a lot of compliments for y'all. I
Well,
really have.
that means a lot to us. That's the goal, elite customer service. That's the goal. So we are on track to hopefully get bigger and better things rolling this year. But I just wanted to come before you and let you know that we are certified, and we're the first one in the state, and we're
That's
very
awesome.
proud.
Tell everyone how much we appreciate their work.
Thank you. Come to the greater 311 area and tell them.
I will. Hey, I like it. I like you.
Thank you.
Where is the
They're
greater?
busy.
Greater Alberta.
You started something.
I started. I sure will. See, she's risen right to the top with me. All right, Dr. Rush.
That was a setup.
Good afternoon, council.
That was a
Good
setup.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am going to talk to you guys a little bit about what we have coming out of comms. So a few months ago, we were tasked with, we got one of the largest construction projects in the city that is currently happening and is about to reach points where people in the area are actually going to start seeing a little bit of the work. So first thing that we did is we came out with this website that's going to end up being released today, and then starting tomorrow, Sarah, Kevin, Donald, my team has come up with a fantastic marketing plan that we're going to be rolling out. So y'all should see more and more about this, but I just wanted to walk you guys through the website, show you some of the parts of it, and then answer any questions that we might have, and go from there. So when you come to this website, it's Tuscaloosa.com/roads. That's ROADS. So we're starting with the McWright's Ferry Road project, and then we'll move on to other projects. This is just the biggest one, so we wanted to start here and get a template for moving forward. So right at first, you see text McWright to 888-777. So over the next few months, what you're going to see is us really pushing this out, that if you want any updates on this particular road project, you literally can text McWright to 888-777, and any kind of traffic updates that you might need will literally be texted right to your phone. So you won't have to go to social media to find it. You won't have to go to a website to find it. It will come right to you. So our goal is, with construction projects, there's always going to be frustration, but our goal is to mitigate that frustration as much as possible. We want to over-communicate to the point that you're tired of looking at text from the city that's telling you about projects. So, so that is first page. So the first or the second part of the website is this traffic cameras. So one of the things during construction projects, especially big construction projects, before you get on the road, what you want to see is what are the road conditions out there? What are the current traffic? What is the current traffic situation out there? So we are putting up traffic cameras for the community to be able to see before they get on the road, to see exactly what is the traffic like before we get on the road to go to school, before we head home from work, that kind of thing. So these are currently the two traffic cameras that we have up. One is on the corner of New Watermelon and, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on the name, and Rice Mine Road. So at the intersection with that Publix right there. So it's a 4-directional camera. You can see what's happening on that intersection. The second intersection that you're going to see is McWright's Ferry and New Watermelon Road. So that's a little bit further up New Watermelon Road. Those are the two main intersections where you're going to see a lot of work happening right now, where a lot of traffic comes through. We're going to be adding more cameras in the future, but this is what we're starting with right now so that we can go ahead and roll it out and people have this information before any impacts to traffic are really occurring. So you get through the traffic cameras, then we have a register for updates section. So right now you can text McWright to 888-777 and get general updates for the entire project. This section specifically breaks it down into community groups or neighborhood specific updates. So for example, if there is some type of road closure that happens in this blue zone, maybe in North River, and you live down in Saddle Ridge, that's not going to impact your daily commute. So if you don't live in that community or that grouping of neighborhoods, you might not necessarily care about that as much. So you really want to sign up for specific text alerts that are going to happen and impact your traffic. So if you look over here, if you live in, say, this yellow community grouping, this is the Highlands, Oak Chase, Lexington Downs, Saddle Ridge. You can text, that's community group 1. So you can text COM1 to 888-777 and receive specific updates to your community. So, or specific updates that are going to actually impact your traffic. So each one of those community groups has a different texting keyword, community or COM1, there's COM2, COM3, COM4, and 5. So there's 5 different community groups that you can sign up for specific texts that are gonna be for you and your neighborhood. So we have the overarching text, we have the individual text, and then the next section is a project overview. So the project overview really gets into, okay, what is this project? Why are we doing it? How long is it gonna take? The why behind this project. The next section, if you scroll down, it's an interactive construction map. So this is for all the people out there who live in that area who really want to see what's happening on this project. Well, what does this mean for us and what is it going to look like when it's over? So this is a super high definition map where you can zoom in. I'm not going to spend too much time, but where you can zoom in literally and see, I mean, as tight as you want, and see all of the specifics of how does the pedestrian bridge look? Where is it going to be laid out? How is this intersection going to change? So everybody right now knows that there's going to be some changes to these intersections, that there's going to be a pedestrian bridge, there's going to be a roadway bridge that's going to go over North River, and this allows you to really look at it on a micro level. So we have that. You can see the project details. Then we have a project update section. So this project update section, right now we're putting things out about once a month. So if we need to put things out at shorter intervals, we can do that. If we decide that once a month, a lot of the work that's being done right now is behind a tree line. So it's not really impacting a lot of traffic. So that could also be spread out if we needed to. But for example, the project update that we're putting out yesterday, it's going to be organized like this. You're going to see a progress. So this is the work that has been done. This is the progress that you have seen so far. We're going to have upcoming impact section. So these are going to be the upcoming items that are going to potentially impact you on a daily commute. So it's going to break down upcoming impact and then next step. So over the next month, these are the next steps that as people ask about this project, if you want to know what's going on, you see dirt being moved, this is specifically what's happening. So this is current as of yesterday. We put one out so you can see middle of January. That is last month's. You can click on all these images. They're high definition images. We're going to be putting up images of the project and what is happening throughout the entire project. We're going to be putting up some drone videos so that you can, right now it's fun to be able to drive down Bryant Bridge and look over to the right and see all of the work that's being done, but you can't really see it, right? So we're going to be putting up videos, photos, so that you can actually see what's happening as we go through the process. And then at the end of the website, or at the bottom, it's a frequently asked question. So this is frequently asked questions that we've come up with about this specific project. That breaks everything down as far as timeline and specific answers. So you will see this website is currently live, so Tuscaloosa.com/roads. And starting tomorrow, you will really see us starting to promote this. So the goal, if all of you could help me, is to really be sending people to this website and getting them to text for any kind of traffic updates, because we want to get the word out as much as possible.
It works.
Yes, sir. It does. So if y'all want to text that, and if you have any questions, I'd love to answer it.
Richard.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for what y'all have done to get started with this, because I do think, communication is key to any organization, anything that we all do, and we can never do enough communicating. And I
Yes,
think
sir.
that so far, the way this has been handled with our city, with the contractors, has been very positive. All the feedback I've gotten is really, really positive. I think people know there are issues that are coming, and I think the more that they understand that, understanding the great things that are coming at the end of this for
Right.
everybody.
Yes,
I
sir.
think there's going to be pain for several months. We know that, but I think this is a great tool.
Yes, sir.
And I want to help encourage everybody, and if my colleagues and everybody here will help encourage people to sign up for McWright, text that to 888-777, like Richard's talking about. You're going to get the updates. You're going to know how to adjust to kind of get through this.
Yes, sir.
And that may be inconvenient certain times of the day, travel-wise, but this is what progress causes. So, I mean,
That's
I
right.
think the ultimate product is going to be something everybody's going to be proud of. And I really appreciate the city team and Walt and everybody, what y'all done to kind of get to this point, because I think it's going to be very well received.
Well, thank you. And we are working with the local school system, so we will be putting messages out to families who have students of all ages, and trying to get the word out in as many ways as possible. So you will see everything from billboards to hearing radio ads to being targeted on digital media, and even some homeowners association meetings coming up that we'll be scheduling. So if we can do anything else, let us know.
Mr. Tyler,
Thank you.
I want to give Brendan, Dr. Rush, his entire team, we've never done anything like this before. This is the first time we've ever gone down this road that fun. Certainly it is for us. We're going to learn a lot through this process. We're going to take those lessons and we're going to apply to Martin Luther King, Jack Warner Phase 3, University Boulevard East, and any other type of mega projects that are coming along. We certainly saw with Phase 2 of Martin Luther King, Jack Warner Parkway, where there's communication gaps. We've seen this modeled mainly by state DOTs. And they go out and they pay a lot of money with consultants to do this. We're doing this in-house to see how we can manage it. And so we appreciate any feedback you get, positive, negative, so we can adjust and calibrate. But I really appreciate the team just jumping in and seeing if we can do this. I will say this project is about to get very difficult in that area. The intersection work at McWright's Ferry and Watermelon,
Right.
297 and Rice Mine, it is going to create traffic issues at drive time. And so we hope everyone will be patient and through this process. And please come into this text number. We will do our best to give you the latest information. So again, Dr. Rush, great work. And as he heard this morning, he's probably done such a good job, he'll have to keep doing it.
Yeah, that's right.
I've got a comment. It actually works.
It does. It does. It works well.
It does
And
work.
if I can do it.
So if somebody can they actually like sign up to get
Just
regular?
Right now.
go text.
Yes, sir.
Just did.
Go text.
Yes, sir. I just did. Yeah.
888-777 and write the word McWright.
That's
No
it.
S on the end of it.
No S on the end. Yes, sir. McWright.
Well,
Thank you,
there's,
Rich.
Yes, sir.
And it'll sign you up.
as I was telling a group this morning, there's always that water line that no one sees, or that, or that utility that no one knew was there. Those issues are going to come. There's gonna be a supplier that delivers something at 7 o'clock in the morning and should have delivered at 9 o'clock that morning, or a sub who gets going earlier or later than he or she should have. This is a good way to get the latest information, and if you do have time, you can actually go and check out the traffic cameras just to see what the traffic will be. Again, and I also not only want to thank Richard and his team, Jason Foster, where's Jason? His team, OCE, we had a lot of people involved to make this happen across our team, and I'm very proud of their work, and thank you for letting us show off. Today, hopefully it'll make a benefit for our constituents now and into the future.
I'm sure that it will. Okay, good job. Thank you. All right, Scott Holmes,
Good afternoon, council.
good afternoon.
February already. After 2 months of January, this is where we're doing. I am right at the almost the top of page 2 on your agenda, where on page 10 and 11, you'll be tentatively awarding a public works contract to Dominion Construction. This is for the North Ridge Road Slope Repair Project, and that is a total of $454,979. That came from projects on the 30th. On page 12 and 13, you'll be tentatively awarding a public works contract to Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction Company, LLC. This is for the 2024 citywide resurfacing project, and that is a total of $5,853,117.75. And again, that came from projects on the 30th. On page 14, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Chip Griffith Construction Company. That is a total of $3,600 and was on projects on the 30th. On page 15, you'll be authorizing amendment number 1 to the as-needed FY 2024 chiller maintenance contract with Dankin Applied Americas. That is a total amended contract amount of $43,300 and again was in projects on the 30th. On page 16, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Hoist and Crane Service Group. That is a total of $39,084.03, and again was in projects on the 30th. On page 17, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Straight Line Fence LLC. That is for $1,326, and again came to you in projects last week. On page 18, you'll be authorizing a professional services agreement with McGiffert & Associates LLC for professional engineering and related services for the Northern Sewer Expansion Project. That is a total of $486,650, and again came to you in projects last week. On page 19, you'll be authorizing professional services contract with UKG Kronos Systems LLC. This is a total of $59,841.60, and again came to you in projects on last week. On page 20, you'll be authorizing payment of flood insurance premium for the Mercedes-Benz Amphitheater. That is a total of $15,324 and was on insurance and litigation last week. On page 21, you'll be authorizing a disbursement from the District 2 Improvement Funds for the senior program at the McDonald Hughes Center for Senior Valentine's Day Ball. That's a total of $4,911 and was in finance last week. On page 22, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute an amendment to the municipal agency funding contract with Kentucky Museum Association. This brings the total amended agreement amount to $100,000 and was presented to you in finance last week. On page 23, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute amendment number 1 to the work authorization for Atkins Realis regarding the runway 422 extension environmental assessment. This came to you in projects last week. On page 24, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a work authorization for Atkins Realis to provide design, bid phase, and construction phase services for taxiways A and B for the crack seal and seal coat project. That is a total of $156,646.77, and again, came out of projects last week. On page 25 and 26, you'll be authorizing amendment number 4 to the resolution to establish the budget for the 2022 B warrant series, and that was discussed in finance last week. And on page 27, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, and services. This comes from purchasing and were previously budgeted purchases. On page 28, you'll be adopting Amendment 6 to the FY24 General Fund Budget, and this came to you in finance on last week. Are there any questions for me?
Any questions for Scott?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Okay, we have projects 2:30, finance 3:15, admin 4, properties at 5. Of course, council meeting at 6. Fire and police pension board will meet Monday at 9 a.m. Anyone else have anything to bring to the pre-council? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
So, second.
Moving second adjourn, all in favor say aye.